Okay, why don't we go ahead and get started? And those couple that are coming back in, they'll be fine. They can catch up with us. Um, our next presenter is going to be Natalie Comet. She's with Teen Health and Wellness. We're real pleased that she's able to share her knowledge and information with us regarding teen health and wellness. So, with that, Natalie, I'll let you take over and you can just bring us up to date.
Great. Thanks, Kathleen. Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie Comet. I'm the marketing coordinator at Rosen, which is the publisher that created Teen Health and Wellness. So I wanted to walk you through all the features and the functionality and what's new about Teen Health and Wellness. And then I'm going to leave some time at the end so that I can answer any questions that you might have. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see Teen Health and Wellness. So just going to get that set up right now. Okay. So did that work? I just want to make sure everyone can see.
Works beautifully. Thank you.
Okay, great. So some of you probably are familiar with Teen Health and Wellness. Some of you may be less familiar. So I'm going to kind of do a broad-based overview so that we kind of cover everything that we can. Teen Health and Wellness was created actually 10 years ago this year. It's Rosen's flagship digital resource, and it covers a variety of health and wellness related topics that concern teens so that they can look up the answers in a safe, controlled environment and know that they'll find, reliable information there that's quite up to date. So what you're looking at right now is the homepage. This is what you see when you log into Teen Health and Wellness. Now I've logged in with an Iowa AEA username and password, so there are certain aspects of this that we've actually customized for Iowa that I'll be able to show you since I'm logged in using that account. But I'll get to that in a little bit. So first off, I just wanted to familiarize you with this homepage and all the features that you can find on it. Then we're going to delve into one of the articles, maybe a couple of them. And then I wanted to walk you through the educator tools, which contain a lot of promotional materials and just helpful materials that can help you promote and utilize the resource. And I think some of them actually I gave to Kathleen ahead of time so that you should have them as handouts. So I'll cover those eventually. But to start out, so this is the homepage. There are certain things that are going to remain completely consistent on this homepage. Every time you log in, there will be these lovely smiling teens on the top bar. You'll see the hotlines right here where my mouse is. And then if I'm going to scroll down a little, so you can see that there's a hotlines button right here. So these are actually visible no matter what page that you're on Teen Health and Wellness. So now, no matter where you are in the resource, you'll be able to click on the, either this top hotlines button or the one on the left to be connected to the hotlines and 24-hour resources to get help. And those are actually customized for Iowa. And Kathleen and I are going through those in time for back to school to see if any updates might be needed. So on the left-hand side, we have the navigation bar, which categorizes kind of like the broad subjects that are covered in Teen Health and Wellness. So I'm just scrolling down so you can see them. So you can navigate to articles this way by clicking on one of those subjects. You can also browse A to Z through all the subjects, and you can search for one on the search bar. So if you wanted to look something up that way, that will work too. I'm going to not go into that just yet because I wanted to cover some more things on the homepage, but eventually I'll take you into an article and you'll see how that works. So right below that, where it says tell your story, This is a feature called the Teen Personal Story Project, which is something that I'm particularly excited to tell you about. It's a project where any teen can share a story or a challenge that they've overcome and submit it to us with either their first name only or anonymously, and we will publish those stories on Teen Health and Wellness so that other teens can see maybe challenges that they can relate to and other teens talking about them, and the teen themselves can be a published author. So it's a really great project, and since it's been going on pretty much since Teen Health and Wellness's inception 10 years ago, we have quite the archive of personal stories, and they're cataloged by topic. So when you go into an article that's on, let's say, anxiety, on the left-hand side, you'll see some personal stories relating to that topic. So right now, the story is Shelby's story. And you can kind of read the teaser in the beginning. And if you want to learn more, click here to read her story, share your own, or you can be taken to the gallery that shows all of the personal stories. So I'll just show you what that looks like if you click on it. This is Shelby's story. As you can see, it's under the anxiety and panic attacks article because that is what her experience relates to. And then if you're inspired and you want to share your own story, the teen would click here, and this would give them all the information they need in order to submit a story. And then they'll also be taken to a release form, because if they're under 18, they need to get a parent or guardian to release the story to the public, or if they're 18 and over, they can sign it themselves. And I believe that the Personal Story Project sheet was one that I gave to Kathleen to hand out to you. These can actually be customized. So if you wanted to list any information pertaining to, an AEA, we can do that and customize it for you.
We can't see that particular item. Can you bring that up?
The flyer?
Right. We're just seeing the screen yet with that kind of faint in the background. You'll probably have to go to the share screen icon and then select it.
So are the handouts actually in the Zoom platform somewhere?
No, they were sent in a group email.
Okay. So I can show you, I'll navigate to that a little bit later because it's in the educator tools, and I kind of wanted to go over all of those together. So I'll show you that momentarily. But if you wanted to read other stories, I'm just going to show you what the personal story gallery looks like. You can see all of the stories sorted by topic. So you can search for personal stories that way. And this is actually every single one that we've published. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of them. So next, the little video right here. And I don't think I mentioned this before, so I wanted to emphasize that the Tell Your Story, the video that you see right here, and all of the other content that's on this screen, it actually changes every week. So the editorial team at Teen Health and Wellness features a different story, a different video, things that are in the news, and a question that a teen asked Dr. Jan. All of this content actually changes every week. So maybe if you log in one week, you'll see a story about something that that relates to you. Maybe another week you'll see a different video, and that will kind of inspire you to learn more about that topic. So it's always changing. and often we try to relate it to things that are going on in the world. So with that, I wanted to go into the videos. So right here is a video about vegetarianism this week, but it's possible for teens to submit their own video PSAs. So that is a project called the It's Your Cause Video Challenge, where teens can take a topic that they're passionate about that appears in Teen Health and Wellness and research it and do a video in the style of a PSA about that topic to inform other teens about it. So if you wanted to see all of the videos that were created, you can click See More Videos, and this is the video gallery. And so we do have some videos that we've culled ourselves and posted on the site, but all of the videos that have a little red asterisk next to them are student videos that have been submitted on those topics. So there's a lot of them at this point, and we're really excited that a lot of them have actually, I think it was this past year, came from Johnston High School. So we are featuring a lot of videos from them that they submitted to us by doing the It's Your Cause video challenge. And it's a really great way to just kind of become an active researcher, do a multimedia project, and then get published. We also have a copyright cleared music library available. So if you want to submit your own video, this is the page that has all of the information about that. The video release form and all of the rules. And then here is our music library. So we have copyright cleared music that can provide a soundtrack for these videos that we can actually, post it and have it be copyright cleared. So back to the home page, because there's a lot to unpack over here. So navigating down, this is Dr. Jan's corner. Dr. Jan is a professional psychologist, and a lot of teens have been able to submit an anonymous question, and then Dr. Jan will answer the questions with advice. So he answers them in batches. So it's not a live stream, but you can view all of the questions that teens have asked that maybe they would be too embarrassed to ask an adult in person or a parent. So here's one question. We feature a different question every week. If you want to read other questions, you'll be taken to his page right here, the archive, where you can see questions sorted by topic. And to see more of them, you can expand each section. You can click on each question to learn more about the answer. And then teens can ask a question as well. Now below that, there's the In the News feature. This feature we update every week based on something that's in the news that pertains particularly to teens. And then it will link to an article in Teen Health and Wellness that relates to that topic, which is kind of a theme you're going to notice about this homepage. So whether it's a personal story, a video, a question, or an item in the news, it's going to link you to articles within the resource to encourage teens to learn more. And then the Cast Your Vote is just kind of a question where if you answer, I'm going to say, I never plagiarized, and vote. And I can see what other people who have answered and how they've answered. And then, you can learn more about plagiarism and what that means and what the consequences are. That changes every week too. The Did You Know is a short, quick fact So all of these topics are just, different entry points into the resource. So I think that segues pretty well into an entry point for us into the resource. I'm thinking that a really universal topic is bullying. So I'm going to spell it wrong in the search bar on purpose to show that if you spell something incorrectly, there is a predictive spelling feature on the search bar, so that no matter what, I get to the content that I'm looking for. So let's go into an article and kind of just go over the features that every article contains. So right in here, this is what the articles look like because I searched for bullying. It's going to highlight the word that I searched for wherever it appears in the article. But I'm just going to get rid of that for now so you can see it. Okay. So you read down the article. There's always going to be a video or an image or something to kind of grab the attention of the reader. And then when you want to navigate to the next section, you can do so at the bottom right, or you can just navigate through each section on the left-hand navigation over here. There's a few different features that kind of aid in understanding. So the first one is the this listen feature. So I'm going to click on it. Unfortunately, I have my headphones in, so the audio is playing just into my ears. I'm kind of afraid to unplug my headphones just because my air conditioner is a little bit loud, but this will read it out loud. And then what you can do is you can actually customize this reading experience in many different ways. So if you click this little, you can make it read out loud in a male or a female voice, first of all. And if you click this little wheel, all these settings pop up. So I had the text highlighting on. I had them highlighted by word and sentence, but you could have it by word only, sentence only, or no highlighting if that's distracting. You can change the color of the words, the sentence itself. And then I'm going to turn this feature on. It's called Enhanced Text Visibility. And I have to tell you, I think a lot of people who have Teen Health and Wellness don't even realize that they can take advantage of this function. So if you turn it on, and I'm going to play it again. You see how it blows up the text at the bottom that's being read out loud? So this can really help kids who maybe are having trouble with reading comprehension. It can help the visually impaired if maybe English is not your first language. It can help with a variety of things. It also kind of just helps you focus if maybe attention is an issue. Focus on the sentence that's actually being read. So this is a really great feature. Another feature is if you click this little arrow right here, you can actually download the entire article as an audio file to listen to it later. I'm not going to do that now, but you could. So that's the read speaker. You can also adjust the read speed to make it slower or quicker, in case I didn't mention that. So it's a really great and helpful feature when you're navigating the article. Another feature is the instant translation. So it's available in over 100 languages, and it's right here, this little icon right on the right. So I'm going to make it Spanish. So it changes the text into Spanish. And if I want to switch it back, right up here, I can just click Show Original, and it switches back. We also have Save to Google Drive. So you can save this article to read later if you're signed into Google Drive. You can also just print or email it up here. And we also have article citations. Those are available at the bottom of each article down here. And they're also available up here. So if I click on this, I can cite this article in MLA, APA, or Chicago Manual of Style. Let's see. So I just went to a different section of this article to show you that featured on the right, this video came from Johnston High School, all about bullying. I can play it. You won't be able to hear the audio, but this is one of the many videos that Johnston High School submitted to us that we were able to publish, and here it is, living right in this article. So that's really exciting to see. And so as you read the article, a lot of features are kind of consistent throughout. 10 great questions is something that's consistent in each of the articles. So depending on the topic, it will be like 10 great questions to ask a counselor or a doctor if it's a health issue, etc. Myths and facts is also a section that you'll find consistent in each of the articles to kind of debunk things that teens might have thought they already knew about the topic, or just common misconceptions. And then as you see down this left-hand navigation, there are all these stories, personal stories that pertain to the topic. There are resources, which are vetted websites for further reading, and a glossary to cover any of the terms that are within the article. And then below that are articles related to that topic. So this could just be a jumping off point that could lead to a lot more research in here. And then below that, Dr. Jan's Corner, all of the advice that he gives on bullying and cyberbullying. So, and then at the bottom, you can see that it's been reviewed by a professional and the last time that the article has been updated. So we really do update our articles as things change in the world and new research is discovered. So as an example of that, I would like to show you our Zika article. So when the Zika outbreak was really big, we actually did updates that were in a timeline form on this article. So as you can see, there's a list that says key dates in the Zika outbreak, and it just covers all of the updates kind of up to the minute. The production team works really, really hard here. So you see they're almost daily, all of the updates on Zika, so that this resource was really, you know, a place to go for reliable information that wouldn't really be, you know, delivering scare tactics, but just giving really non-judgmental information about something very critical. We actually did the same thing during the Ebola outbreak, which was a couple years before. We can show you that article too. It looks similar. The timeline is a similar level of attention to detail and up to the minute updates. So you see this crazy timeline here. All right, so hopefully that gave you a good taste of the features and functionality available within an article. I would like to also make sure that we cover the wealth of resources for librarians and educators. So I think I did that kind of fast, but at the bottom of every single page, you'll see librarian and educator resource. It's kind of small, but it's down there. So if you click on that, you'll be taken to this page right here. So we have a wealth of resources to help you. Case studies, curriculum correlations. We do correlate to Iowa standards. So you can search by standard and see how the articles correlate to that subject. We have newsletters, the hotlines, which I do want to talk to you about. This, we're working on it, but just so you can see what it looks like. we have updated our hotlines with Iowa-specific hotlines for each topic. So if anyone has any recommendations or things like that, you can let me or Kathleen know, and we're working right now to get these as up to date as possible in time for the new school year. So back to the librarian and educator resources. You can also find the It's Your Cause video challenge instructions here. There's lesson plans, the mobile app, which has the hotlines on it, and the promotional materials. So some of the handouts that were given to you will kind of already demonstrate this, but we have a couple bookmarks and posters that are customizable. I did this, I think, maybe a couple of years ago for the AEAs, so I would love to work with you guys again to customize these with logos, whatever URL you'd like, if you would like to have any login information. So just as an example, this is what a poster could look like. It looks pretty big. It's 11 by 17. And then down here, we can put whatever information you like. This is just the generic example that is hosted on the site. Bookmarks look similar. I don't know why this isn't letting me close out of it. And then we also have this counselor letter, which was what, which is another handout that I gave to you. This covers, it's to the school counselor, and it covers the information that within Teen Health and Wellness that would be really helpful for them. So this can be customized to suit your needs, whatever information you want on here. We're happy to change as you see fit and make it just as useful for you as it can be. So there's also web buttons. We have also some training tools. So I know that this webinar is hopefully serving as a good training for you, but if you would like to share something that's a little more grab and go, perhaps there's the Teen Health and Wellness walkthrough, which is a PowerPoint slideshow. So you can access it offline, download it, you can print it out, flip through it at your leisure. It might be preferable to a long webinar, depending on what your preference is. There's a user's guide, which is also, it's basically identical to the site help available on the website. And let's see. Yeah. And then, so we also have what's new. So this is a good place to see kind of what videos and articles have been updated recently. In that vein, in time for back to school, some of the topics that we are working on are suicide prevention and opioid abuse. So those articles are going to be updated in time for the school year. And you know, we're a very collaborative resource, as you can see from the personal stories and the video challenge, the hotlines. So we would love any suggestions that you might have to approach these sensitive topics in a way that would really serve your community's needs. I hope I didn't rush through this too quickly. I wanted to make sure that there was some time for questions. Is there anything else that I should cover that I haven't already, or any questions that have come up?
Hi, this is Mindy Reimer from Keystone AEA. Could you show me how to get to those library and educator resources?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I missed that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So this is the home page, but if you're on any page, it's always in the same place. So if you just scroll down to the very bottom, it's down here, librarian and educator resources down at the bottom. Yeah, it's just not super conspicuous because the resource is primarily for teens. So we kind of squirreled it away at the bottom. But once you know it's there, it's helpful, I hope.
Thank you.
This is Marianne. I have a couple of questions.
Are there any other questions that have come up?
This is Marianne. I have a question. Do you have to use your music when you're putting together your video?
You know what? I'm also going to just post right here. This is my email address. I would be happy to customize bookmarks, posters, the counselor letter, the personal story letter, flyer, if anyone's interested. So you can just reach out to me, and I'm happy to get those set up for you. I'll make it smaller, but I'm going to keep it up here for a little bit just in case. Kathleen, I took a bunch of notes, but is there anything that I should mention that I didn't cover?
Marianne had a question. I don't know if you heard her.
I was wondering if you have to use your music when you're creating a video.
Okay, well, I send out newsletter with updates. For our 10-year anniversary, we did do kind of an email campaign that covered 10 reasons to love teen health and wellness, and it covered a lot of different ground about all of the things that Teen Health and Wellness has offered for the past 10 years and will continue to. But for back to school, I'll be sending some messages out about all the updates that we have coming up. And so I'll make sure that everyone gets those if they're interested, and we can customize emails as well if that would be something that would be helpful.
Natalie, can you hear me? Natalie, can you hear me? Natalie, can you hear me? This is Kathleen.
Natalie, can you hear me?
Natalie, can you
Are
hear me?
there any other questions?
Natalie, can you hear us? Natalie?
Oh, yes. Hi.
Okay, several of us are trying to get in and ask you questions, not sure why it's not working.
Oh, sorry.
Because we can hear each other, but you apparently can't hear us.
I can hear you now. I
okay,
just
perfect.
my headset. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'm going to let Marianne start so you can hear her question. Then there's some others in the chat down below.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you have to use your music when you create a video.
It's not required, but it is actually something that we added because a common issue that's come up with a lot of the teen videos is that they'll use maybe a popular song that they don't have the rights to. So legally, we wouldn't be able to publish a video that uses someone's music without, paying for the rights. That's why we had the copyright cleared library within our resource to kind of help prevent that problem. But they can, of course, research copyright cleared music, or even maybe purchase like some cheap stock music if they wanted to. But that was what we created to kind of solve that issue. It's not required at all. You don't even need music either. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering because Iowa has another database of copyright available music to use. So.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Maybe
right.
we could even link to that too.
That's possible for Iowa. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that.
Okay. And I was searching for your app on my phone. I was going to add it, but it didn't come up. So.
Oh, it's called the Teen Hotlines.
Oh, Teen Hotlines. Okay. See,
Mhm.
I wasn't searching for the right thing. Thank you.
Sure.
Natalie, would you mind posting just your email into the chat room?
Sure.
That would be great. We just can't see it behind the screen.
Oh yeah, I'll do that now. I wasn't sure if you could see the chats on my screen, so I wasn't putting it up there, but I'm just gonna type it now. Sorry about that. I think my headset was doing something kind of weird, and I couldn't hear you all at first. Okay, so I've sent it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Sure. Should I go through the chat and see if there were other questions, or did you want to speak them out loud, or how should I work this?
You've already answered everything that they needed to.
Oh, that was pretty easy.
I was just like, we were trying to have our connect with you with our audio, and for whatever reason you couldn't hear us, but we could all hear each other.
I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, it's the way it works sometimes. Technology.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions for Natalie? Otherwise, we'll let her go and appreciate the time she's spent with us this morning. And if we have anything additional, I can forward that information to you for a response. Okay, I'm not hearing anything from anyone else, so thank you very much, Natalie. We appreciate you giving us some background and updates on Teen Health and Wellness, and we look forward to sharing the information with our schools in the upcoming year.
My pleasure. Thank you for joining me and listening so attentively. All right, I will speak to you soon.
Okay, sounds great. Otherwise, everyone, we'll go ahead and we'll sign off, and we'll be starting back up at 1 o'clock.